Welcome everyone to a great game between Tzeentch, led by Stormrunner, going up against Kislev, led by Bob Man. So we're going to be here on the Deadwood, on the Vampire Forests. So here, for the forces of Kislev, really wide in the front line, we are going to have Kossars here, with also Kossar spears, just a bucket load of them, 7 in total along the front, looking at mass missile projectiles. We're going to look at them to get here and do some good damage up against those Tzeentchian shields. In the back, winged lancers here for some good armoured cavalry charges, and these bad boys look super sick here in this sort of metallic colour and yellow. Now we are going to have light war sleds here in the middle, and they're going to be backed up here by KOSTALTYN, and then also here with the Ice Witch. So she's going to be with Frost Shield, backed up by Frost Blades, Ice Sheet, and then also Ice Maiden's Kiss as the spell and abilities. So in KOSTALTYN, he's going to be having quite a few abilities. We are going to have the Blaze of Devotion, the Courage of Sacrifice, Ursun's Ward, as well as here the Battle Hymn and Lullaby. So over here we are going to have more wing lancers on the right hand flank. It's like there's going to be 2 more units in the backside for reserves. So for these Tzeentch forces, in the sky we are going to have the double screamers of Tzeentch, anti-large armor piercing monstrous flyers. They're very strong indeed. Backed up here by a chunky front line of the triple Forsaken and 2 units here of the spawn of Tzeentch. 2 units of the cultists of Tzeentch for the heroes in the middle pocket, both here on horseback, with the double power stone and the gate of Tzeentch for the pink horror summon. In the back, 2 units of the Chaos Knights, very heavily armoured here at 120 with those bronze shields, can perform very strongly indeed. So the Herald of Tzeentch in the sky of Metal Magic, the bad boy here with the Arcane Conduit, Metal Shifting, as well as Plague of Rust, Final Transmutation, Searing Doom, and then also the Chromatic Tome. So both forces here coming together, and it's going to be really difficult for normally most forces to take care of these shields and do good consistent health damage here up against Tzeentch. So a right pain in the multiplayer scene here for land battles, but as we charge forward we can see really chipping at the shields here at the front. There are so many arrows that normally by the time you've got a full volley in, they've got away and come back. That shield is ready to go again, but here they're going to be taking an inordinate amount of damage. So Ice Sheet going down, negative 25% speed here in the middle pocket, and the rest are going to be charging in a lot of damage here up against these spawners Tzeentch. Only 10 armor now. They do have armor sundering, and they can thump through here up against the cavalry, but they're going to take a good, juicy charge indeed. So lovely work here throughout the middle. On the left-hand flank, we are going to have Screamers fighting here up against the Winged Lancers. They'll do an absolute number. I love their attack animation. So much great work here has gone in from CA on these beautiful models. So great work there on the left, and on the right, it's going to be a bit of a win here. We are going to be having Chaos Knights backed up by more Chaos Knights with Screamers fighting here up against Kossars and Winged Lancers. More Kossars moving in, some good armor-piercing shots. Good fall into the Screamers, and look at the war sleds. These boys are going to be cycling through, doing all the great work. We are going to get Ice Sheet through the lines here up against the beautifully designed Chaos Knights, coming with this lovely sort of cyan metallic blue. Also here the purple shields and those capes. The designs are absolutely fantastic. In the middle, we are going to have Final Transmutation dawning on top of the Kislevite forces, and we are going to get a beautiful summon of the Pink Horrors. In the middle, we are going to be breaking units. They are going to be falling back to the Chaos Realms. We have Cultists of Tzeentch, so we are going to be using the Power Stone, coming with extra mana and mana reserves. And I love the fact that we do have these light armored Morserves continuously moving, cycle charging, not getting stuck in combat here up against these very, very tanky, hard-hitting Forsaken of Tzeentch. Continuous cycle charging as well with the Winged Lancers. Definitely one of my favourite cavalry in the game at the moment. I absolutely love them. Very good with 84 speed, 60 charge bonus, just great mobility. And they're going to be relatively heavily armoured here, coming in at 80. Screamers moving throughout the battlefield, continuously compromising Kossars, stopping them from shooting throughout the battle lines. The right side has been won, so we are going to pull away with the Screamers. Maybe try and see if we can get that shield back. But Kossars are going to be charging down, maybe getting a couple of cheeky shots over on the right-hand flank. Pink Horrors firing into the front. Looks like here they're going to be shooting into the mass Kossar front line, and a Searing Doom going to be coming onto the top of the Kossar spears, doing some lovely work indeed. So Screamers backed up by Pink Horrors fighting up against KOSTALTYN. He's going to do some lovely work there in the middle. He's going to be up to 8 kills so far, but this boy is chunky. he can really take a lot of punishment and certainly take a lot of distraction here from his Kossars. Ice Sheet through the lines here of the summon, so it could potentially be a bit of a waste there of some Winds of Magic, but still every little helps. In the middle, we are going to get by our blood that 30 seconds of Unbreakable coming for the Kossars here in the middle, including the Winged Lancers as well. Such a fantastic ability here for the Kislevites as they fight inland battles. Still moving, scooting and shooting are going to be the light war sleds throughout the middle, and as like here, the Kossars are going to be falling down to the heavy metal Chaos Knights. Now we are going to be moving, and I love the animation of those screeches as well coming here from these Screamers. You can move throughout the battlefield with so much great speed and prowess. In the sky, it looks like we do fall. One of the two Screamers is going to meet its ever-ending doom, and we are going to have the Forsaken of Tzeentch returning to the battlefield. Over here we do have some Kossars on the left flank, backed up by double white light war sleds. Maybe try to see if we can cycle around, but these heavy armoured Chaos Knights are going to be a huge problem. So we're going to continuously cycle charge here with Winged Lancers. We have more Kossars returning to the battlefield, but we are really running out of armor-piercing options. In the back we do have a Cultist fighting up against KOSTALTYN. That's not too great here for the hero itself. The Cultist will certainly suffer here under the good pressure of KOSTALTYN. In the back, we're going to be shooting here with the Herald. He's going to be trying to get some good shots up against the hero of Kislev. And it's like here, by our blood, still going to be getting activated here by all of the Winged Lancers and Kossars. Great pressure coming through from Stormrunner up against all these relatively mid to low tier infantry and cavalry units. So wavering in the middle here, 1, 2, 3, 4 units are going to be broken. There's going to be 2 Winged Lancers, double Kossars here in the middle. They've used so much ammunition here just to break the shields and do great consistent damage up against the Tzeentchian forces. Cycling through the trees is going to be the light war sleds. Trying to see if they can get away here. Lots of gunpowder. There's going to be 120 ammunition. There's going to be 69 left here for the units on the right. On the left, we are going to be having 68. So lots of ammo yet still to come. And look at them rip those shields off. The shields here for Tzeentch are going to well and truly reflect the amount of HP they got as a percentage. So the more damage you do to their actual hit points, the less shield they get in return. So charging in here with the Knights, they're going to be thumping up against these chariots, and they punch pretty hard. 46 weapon strength per model could do some lovely work up against the light war sled. 70 armor could be considerably light armor, so they're not going to be able to do too well here up against the heavy metal men of Tzeentch. In the sky, still being an absolute nuisance are going to be these Screamers. Balance of power just about even, maybe slightly favouring the Kislevite faction. On the left side, we do see Chaos Knights charging to the left-hand side, maybe retreating here, trying to get some more shields to their name, as we do see light war sleds getting out of the battlefield, shooting, and of course, continuously scooting. Now, we are going to have KOSTALTYN using the Battle Hymn, given that plus 40 melee attack there in a 35-meter radius, but no one really here to buffer. He's going to be a bit of a loner here in the middle, but we do see a return of one of the cultists. Both of these two have been butchered within an inch of their life. 530, 730 as the remaining hit points. Now, 3,650 for the Herald in the sky, and he's run out of ammo. That is 417 missile strength that has been poured into the Kislevite forces as they charge forward here. Bear cavalry, ready to go. Straight through the lines here of the Forsaken of Tzeentch. Now, they're going to be on their own. They're going to be falling down here to the might and the mass of these bear sleds. They may be janky, but these boys cycle through infantry so goddamn well. And it's an absolute pleasure to watch them do it. So we do see here Kossar Spears getting ready. They're going to be shooting. Are they going to be able to finish off the Forsaken? Looks like a few arrows went in the sky here up against the Herald. Keeping good pressure on the Herald is never bad indeed. And we are going to be moving here through the Chaos Knights. Now we're still going to be shooting. The models here do count as fulfilling the attacking role. And the Knights are going to be continuously cycle charging, really trying to put the pressure on the light war sleds. But it is a problem because, of course, the more you chase and the less damage you do, the more you get shot and damage you take in return. So some of them are going to be shooting in the sky here up against the Herald. The rest are going to be shooting up against the Chaos Knights. Korsar's going to be getting cleaned up here by Stormrunner. Very nice work from him. He's going to be clearing up all the infantry troops. But yet again, here with Bobman, moving with the light war sleds, keeping them within range here of the Chaos Knights. We do actually have 75 speed up against 66 of the Chaos Knights. So these things could scoot and shoot all day long. So it looks like we're going to be 8 minutes to the game. Balance of power a little bit more pulling into the Kislevite favour. The heavy men here are going to be falling. That 120 armor is certainly become less and less and less here as the battle goes on. The more exhausted you get, the more penalties you take to armor, melee attack, and all of these juicy stats. But a lovely catch here in the middle. KOSTALTYN is going to get surrounded by a bunch of heavy knights. And yeah, he's going to be stuck in there fighting pretty damn hard. That is going to force all of the bear sleds to come through and have to fight here in the later stages. Trying to find ground is going to be the Herald of Tzeentch, really trying to get in and fight up against the sleds. And this looks like here, it could be a final transmutation. If it is, this is going to be devastating. Oh, lovely stuff. That is going to be catching everything here left for the Kislevites. A nice macro view would show it's pretty much going to be the bear sleds versus the world. In the back, Forsaken and Tzeentch returning. We do actually break the Chaos Knights. We are going to get a Tzeentchian ability here. I believe it's the second one that does a bit of armor sundering. So it's actually going to be an overcast Plague of Rust, plus the armor sundering from the ability and damage, bringing him down to 0 armor and only 1000 HP. Now, if he is below 25% HP, he will heal here, thanks to his abilities. He will be healing slowly, but still healing is better than no healing at all. Cycle charging here with the Herald. This is super close between these two. Balance of power now pulling towards the Tzeentch favour. It is back and forward so fast here. The light war sleds still going pretty damn strong. They will shoot in close combat. We do see 2 ammunition left here for the light war sleds. Fighting here, KOSTALTYN is going to be at 1,200, at 1,500 here for the Herald of Tzeentch. Cycle charging with more of the Chaos Knights. We do have Forsaken in doing some lovely work indeed, but it's super close here. KOSTALTYN is right on the edge. You can see his healing cap there with that orange bar coming through. Really, really close indeed. Now for the Herald of Tzeentch, he has the mobility here to cycle charge. He's going to go to a very low 900 HP. KOSTALTYN can really thump with 500 armor piercing weapon strength. But no! Another final transmutation. Could this be the end here for the Kislevites? The light war sleds going down here to 2 models. 300 HP, 200 HP. They are going to hold. By Our Blood is going to keep them fighting here. KOSTALTYN down to 900 HP. Still healing. Not quite at his cap. So we do see Forsaken do break under the pressure. We are going to cycle charge. No, it's going to be a shatter for the Chaos Knights. Could that be a huge problem here for the Tzeentchian forces? Balance of power is going to be pulling more and more here back into the Kislevite favour. We do have KOSTALTYN fighting up against the Herald. It looks like it is going to be a Plague of Rust coming down on KOSTALTYN and another armor sundering ability. So that'll be another negative 30 armor, bringing him down by 60. That should be good damage as well. 1.5k at his healing cap, down to 900. It's going to be a super close battle here between these two. Light war sleds are going to be very weak as well. 200 health, down to 900 here. The Herald of Tzeentch down to 480. 140. Is this going to be army losses? It's going to be holding on super well here for the Metal Caster. And he dies for a great win here, coming from the Bear Cavalry and Kislev. What a fantastic game here between both of these very top tier players in the Warhammer multiplayer community. And what an absolutely excellent game to cast. Really enjoyed that one. 101 kills, 3,100 damage value there for the Herald of Tzeentch of Metal Magic. 1,800, 1,500 as well for the double Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. And here for the Spawn of Tzeentch, 516 and 400 damage value. 870, 710 and 1072 there for the Forsaken, with 1.2 and 400 for the Screamers. I think one there getting caught a little bit off guard. Now we are going to have 502, 712 there for the Cultists of Tzeentch, plus their summons on top of that. You won't see that value here, but very nice work indeed. Now one thing I must note here for Kislev, any sort of shield damage done will not reflect in the damage stats, so do take that into consideration. There will be more damage added, you just won't see it. So 2,300 for KOSTALTYN, and this man is an animal. When he goes below 25% HP, he just keeps healing, he gets extra melee defense, extra leadership. He was just fighting and fighting and fighting, and well and truly pulled a victory out of a location I don't even want to talk about, but he just pulled one out. A brilliant win here coming from him. 1,930 there for the light war sleds, 1,570. Really tricky here. Of course, you did want to get your Screamers probably on the light war sleds, and we really struggled in the later stages there with the Chaos Knights. They did very well indeed, great performance, but they just suffered to the speed and the might and the mobility of the light war sleds. 103 there for the Frost Maiden of Ice, with 414 for the Winged Lancers, 665 and 580 with 45. 880, 380, 370 there for the Kossar spears, with 320, 300, 250, 200, and 450 for the Kossars, with 336 there for the dervishes. So what a great game here between both of these champions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below. I do read them all. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe. It really does help, as well as checking out that description for all my other social media platforms, including Twitch, and most importantly, that Discord. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.